What is up, everybody out there? Aaron here. Another deck profile. Okay, it's gonna be a vampire deck. So, it's a bit different and very similar to the other vampire deck. Now, okay, the reason of that is because there are different versions of the vampires. Just like any other deck you could think of, there are different versions of making a deck. Similar and a bit not similar. So this one, it's pretty much using the Vampire Lords and the Vampire Lady. Think of it as your Vampire King and your Vampire Queen. Think of it that way. Now, if I'm gonna be explaining the effect, that means I'm using those effects. If I'm not explaining about them, well then I'm not using the effects of what I'll show. Okay, so Vampire Lord. Okay, this effect I am using. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, declare one type, monster, spell, or trap. Your opponent sends one card of that type from their deck to the graveyard during your next standby phase. After this monster was destroyed and sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, special summon this card from the graveyard. So okay, yes. Vampire Lord. Vampire Lady. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, declare one type, monster, spell, or trap. Your opponent sends one card of that type from the deck to your graveyard. Now, okay, yeah, good effects, but sometimes, hopefully, they're not the cards your opponent's gonna send away, and then those possibly are some cards they needed, but they were thrown to the graveyard because they needed them, and they could play those cards right back from the graveyard. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but most likely, yeah, you are gonna make your opponent lose a card from their deck. So yeah, then you got the Vampire Sorcerer. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card, you can add one dark vampire, monster, or vampire spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard. One dark vampire monster you normal summon this turn can be summoned without tributing. Okay, so yeah, your Vampire Sorcerer is your helper to get any spell or trap you possibly need. So most likely it's your searcher to get Vampire Kingdom. Vampire Red Baron. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna explain the effect because I don't do that effect, but it's just, yeah, a 24 attacker, 1000 defensive. Vampire Red Baron. Vampire Scarlet Scourge. Of course, yeah, but yeah, you're gonna run at least two of them. Vampire Frolin. Okay, I'm only using one of the effects because it's particularly whenever a monster attacks, rather you attack or your opponent attacks, you can special summon this from your hand in defense position. You can only play these once per turn. So yeah, if you attack, special summon it. Your opponent declares an attack, special summon. Vampire Vamp. Now, okay, once per turn, when this card or a vampire monster normal summoned to your field, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, whose attack is higher than this card's. Equip it to this card. This card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of the monsters equipped to it by this effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, while equipped with a card or cards by this effect, special summon this card. So yeah, this effect I am using. And yeah, it is a double tribute. So this is the only monster that's a double tribute in the deck. But it's not that hard to bring out. I'll tell you the truth. Okay, the Vampire Duke. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one dark vampire monster in your graveyard, special summon it. That target in face-up defense position. When this card is special summoned, you can declare one card type, monster, spell, or trap your opponent sends away of that type from their deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Vampire Duke once per turn. So, when it is normal summon, special summon one in defense position. When special summon, declare one your opponent sends away, has to throw away one of your choosing, or whichever you're choosing. So, 2 effects. The Shadow Vampire. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one other dark monster from your hand or deck, except itself. And if you do, then the one you special summoned is the only one that can attack. So yeah, bring out any. So even if you wanted to bring out the Duke, because it would be special summon, do the effect, and then this is the only one that can attack. No one else can attack. No other monster can attack. And then the Vampire Dragon. When this card is tribute summon, you can add one level 4 or lower monster from your deck to your hand. The only level 4s are your Vampire Lady and your Vampire Sorcerer. The field spell for vampires, the Vampire Kingdom. Zombie monsters gain 500 attack during damage calculation. Once per turn, when a card of cards is sent from your opponent's deck to the graveyard, target one card on the field. Send one dark vampire monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, destroy that. Most likely you don't want to do that effect. You just want to have the effect of gain 500 during damage calculation. All the vampires are zombies. So your field spell you need for the vampires. Vampire's Desire. You can only activate one of these effects. Target one face-up monster you control, send one vampire monster from your deck to the graveyard with a different level from that monster. And if you do, the targeted monster must become the level of that sent monster in the graveyard to the end of this turn. I would not use that effect. I would use the second effect, which is target one vampire monster in your graveyard. Send one monster you control to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon that targeted monster. It can only be done once per turn. So that's almost like if you did a chain effect. You have your Vampire Sorcerer, and you had your Vamp. If your Sorcerer would be attacked, and it's an 18 attacker, you're going against, so basically you lose 300 attack. No, you can chain it, switch your Vampire Sorcerer, send it to the graveyard, bring out your Vamp. Now your opponent is dealing with a 2000 attack. It's a little chain effect. So yeah, Vampire's Desire. I would use the second effect, not the first effect. Pot of Dualities. Reveal the top 3, show them to your opponent. Top 3 cards. Choose one. The rest go to the graveyard. You cannot special summon of that turn, and only once could be played per turn. You are rarely gonna be special summoning. Okay, Monarch Stormforth. This card is like Soul Exchange. Choose, take away one of your opponent's monsters, special summon summon out one of your own. Now, Monarch Stormforth does not target a monster. So anytime you're going against a monster, you say you can't target them. No, Monarch Stormforth can hit them because Monarch Stormforth does not target. So you take over one of your opponent's monsters, summon out one of your own. And most likely your high level monsters are just level 6s. The only one that's a double tribute is your Vampire Vamp. Everyone else is like a level 5 or level 6. So it's not that bad to run Monarch Stormforth. If you're running a deck and it's only one particular type, well then use Solidarities. If you have one original printed type monster in your graveyard, face on monsters you control with the same type gain 800 attack. If you just have one zombie already in your graveyard, and you play solidarities, all your monsters are going to gain 800 attack. And when you have almost like 2 or 3 of them out, well then that makes them more powerful. And then with Vampire Kingdom out, it's going to get more powerful because it gains the 500 attack during damage calculation, and then with Solidarity increases them up. That's going to work for you. Well then, terraforming, add 1 field spell. Well then, and then of course you need Raigeki and Dark Hole. The trap cards, okay. Vampire Domination. The counter trap for vampires. When a spell trap card or a monster effect is activated while you control a vampire monster, negate it. It's almost like you need a vampire out. Just like the Gladiator War Chariot, except that's for the gladiators. You need a gladiator. This one is for the vampires, so you need a vampire out. Now negate it. And if you do, destroy that card. Now, if it was a monster type, gain the level to its original attack when you activate this card once per turn. So okay, you're destroying a magic or trap. Now, if you play this counter trap and you're destroying a monster, of course, yeah. So if it was like a 25 attacker and you negated it, you gain 2,500 life points. So that's the good thing about Vampire Domination. And yeah, it is a search for if you want to use Vampire Sorcerer and get a magic or trap, get your Vampire Domination already. Vampire Awakening. Special summon 1 vampire monster from your deck, but it's destroyed at the end of the turn. You can only activate this once per turn. That's almost like already. Activate the Duke's effect, but then it'll die at the end of the turn. But if it was played first, and you play this already, well then tribute. And play one of your own before it's destroyed. Or go into your Vampire Desire. So if you're going against, like let's say you have no monsters, your opponent declares an attack, no, Vampire Awakening, bring one out. When special summon, activate the effect. Or just, yeah, you need a monster out, Vampire Awakening, bring one out. Does not say by the level, just bring a vampire out. Vampire Takeover. If you have no card in your field zone and all face-up monsters you control by the minimum of 1 are zombie type, activate 1 Vampire Kingdom directly from your deck, add it. You can special summon 1 Dark Vampire monster from your graveyard in face-up defense position. This can only be played once per turn. Now basically I'm only playing 1, but that's already to help you get Vampire Kingdom another way. So it's not just terraforming. Vampire Takeover can help you. If you're willing to play cards already that can help you already get Vampire Kingdom. Of course, yeah, there is Vampire Sorcerer, but that's just when it's gonna get destroyed. But if you want to play one like already you need it, well then Vampire Takeover helps you. And then just terraforming an original spell card to get any field spell card you possibly need already. And then just Compulsory Evacuation Device. Return 1 monster on the field to its owner's hand. Very, very powerful trap card. I don't know why people don't use it anymore, but yes, very useful. You're going against Synchro, Exu, Fusion, Link, high attack monsters. You want to possibly send away, they're going to need to do a tribute. If they're playing tuners, send away the tuner or send away the monster that they're possibly going to need to make the Synchro monster. If they're about to play a Link, at least send 1 back, so they're gonna have to re-link it, or you just stop them, or just like, yeah, if they're about to XC, at least throw away 1 monster they're gonna have to do for them to make a XC. Okay, so here we go. No extra deck I'm playing in this deck. No extra. So yeah, Vampire Lady, Vampire Lord.
Well, it's hard to believe, but we're still around. When we hang out, it's always upside down. Dressed in black from toe to head, singing Bella Lugosi, still I'm dead. A gaggle of gods is a peaceful sight. We'd do anything to avoid a fight. But if you really want to see some gore and blood, wait till the ravers come to the vampire club. Fangs were flying, capes were torn. Hell hath no fury like a vampire scorn. The number one rule in this game.
These are your 6 cards. Now, what to do first? Okay, you can either go Pot of Duality, or first I would go Terraforming. Because Pot of Duality, what if it's Vampire Kingdom already, and you already have Terraforming? Well then, that's not really a good idea. So I would just go Terraforming first. So, activate Terraforming. Alright, you want to get Vampire Kingdom already. Now, Pot of Duality. Was Monarch Storm 4th. Shadow. And Compulsory. Those are your 3 out of Pot of Duality. This is still your hand. What's a good choice? Okay, a trap card's good. Your Stormforth is good. I would not go Vampire Shadow, because you really have nothing right there to do a play already if you're going to bring out Vampire Shadow. Plus, the special summons one. So, Pot of Duality, you cannot special summon. So most likely, I would just go Compulse, because you do not have another tribute to do if you did Monarch Stormforth. So, Compulse, send these 2 right back. And this is your hand. Next, okay, I would do Vampire Kingdom before even playing your magic, before putting down your trap cards. So Vampire Kingdom. As always, you have monsters you do not want to deal with. You can Raigeki. So Raigeki monsters. Set your Compulse. Set your Vampire Domination. Now, okay, still, also I would set down Vampire's Desire. Because if your opponent knows you are gonna have face down Vampire Dominations, well, they don't know also that you possibly have face down Vampire Desire, your Awakening, your Takeovers, really nothing. So basically, they gotta know you have these face down also. So most likely, always they're gonna wanna possibly hit your Vampire Domination, but they gotta know also that your Stormforth also helps you. So yeah, you have different varieties of what you have face down. And then of course, yeah, Pot of Duality you cannot special summon, but you can use normal summon. So yeah, your whole entire hand was just played. Now you have no cards in your hand. If you were to attack, which you can, Vampire Lady, 1550? No. Remember, all zombies. Game. So, okay, more than 1550. If you did damage, declare 1. So I'll just say my opponent has to throw away a spell card. Okay, throw away a spell card. Now, of course, you have your Domination, Desire, and Compulse. These are your face downs. If you still need a Vampire Lady, and they played on, yeah, they special summons, you know, like a Lights one. They special summon all at once, and they're gonna do stuff. Well, then you can stop them by Vampire Domination. You can send something right back. So yeah, Lights one, they would just summon out automatically like 5 monsters all at once, if that was the situation. If you're going against, they're gonna fusion already, like if they had polymerization already and they're gonna play something already a fusion, well then you can stop it by sending it right back, destroy it, and you gain the life points of whichever that attack is. And yes, you must need a zombie. This you're not gonna want to play because you have no zombie, you have no other vampires in your graveyard. So let's say, yeah, Vampire Domination. If that was a monster you stop, Well, then you begin the life points of what it is. Now your next draw. Was your Vampire Dragon. Okay, tribute. Vampire Dragon. Search for one. Possibly you want to get into your source already in your hand. Now, of course, yeah. 24? No, but then 500 attack more. So, yeah, 29. Your Vampire Dragon is. Only when it's an attack, but at least you get the search for your Vampire. So yeah, you're good right there. So then your next drop. Let's say it was, yeah, a Duke. Okay, what would you want to do? You can summon out your Sorcerer to have another monster out. And then here's a trick also. You do an attack, switch it, Vampire Desire, switch, and still attack with your Vampire Lady. So that's what Vampire Desire does, because it's still on your play. And then the Vampire Lady, yes. If you do damage, do again. And then again, gain the 500 only when you inflict damage by damage calculation. When we hang out, it's always upside down, dressed in black from toe to head, singing still undead. If you somehow drew into Solidarity, okay, this is good. Because you must need one of the names. So you have your Sorcerer in the graveyard. You activate Solidarity. Now, okay. Gain 800. So gain 800, gain 800. When you do damage to a calculation, gains 500 more. Now you have your Duke. Maybe you want to keep your high attack, so keep your Vampire Dragon, tribute. Then Vampire Duke. When it is normal summon, you can target one in your graveyard. So particularly, you have your Vampire Lady and your Vampire Sorcerer. They both are pretty good to use, but most likely I would just special summon in defense position the Lady. Reason: it's only 50 life points of higher. So what? I would still do it. And then yeah, you still have one in, so Solidarity still goes. When it comes to your turn, or when your opponent does anything, you still have Compulse you can do. Now okay, when it comes to your turn, nothing happens to your Vampire Lady. You can switch her to defense. You can switch it to attack mode now. If you just had your Frolin, that was your draw. Okay. You do attacks, but maybe you want to play another monster. You can do that. Play your other monster, which is your Frolin. Put it to defense. So now you have 4 monsters out, not just 3. So you draw, attack, special summon, attack, attack. Must do a double tribute? That's fine, just double tribute, you know, your Frolin, your Vampire Lady, or sometimes you might be lucky, and if you add Monarch Storm 4th, activate, take away one of your opponent's monsters, tribute one of your own, maybe just your Frolin, Vampire Vamp. And still you have all this, plus your Solidarity, and when you declare an attack, only by damage calculation, they'll gain 500 attack. If you have no monsters, but or let's just say you did have a monster, but it's only a, let's say a Vampire Lord in your hand, you cannot tribute, but if you have Awakening, okay, Vampire Awakening, special summon out any Vampire. Most likely I would already special summon the Vampire Duke, because when it's special summon, you declare, this is just your turn. At the end phase, it must go away. But if you tribute and then you play one of your own, that's a different story. So you did not really sacrifice. So yeah, you did sacrifice your monster, but you were able to play another monster. Here's little tricks you can do. If you were to tribute and play Shadow Vampire, special summon one, you can special summon the Duke. Special summon the Duke. When it's special summon, choose one. You want to play your Lord, you can do that.
would do anything to avoid a fight. But if you really want to see
Now, of course, yeah,
gore and blood,
any vampire deck you can make, whichever. I just like using it to make it's depending on your vampire lord and your vampire lady. So this is my vampire lady lord deck. Everything is zombie, so Solidarity works with it. So yeah, there you go, a vampire lady lord deck. So hope you all enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. Show you more deck profiles later. Talk to you all later. Peace.